Have you ever looked at someone and wondered how they afford it all? The luxury car parked in the driveway of a rented apartment. The designer shoes paired with a maxed-out credit card. Instagram makes it look like everyone is a millionaire. But the bank accounts tell a much darker story. Most people are not actually rich. They are just very good at spending money they do not have. This is the age of the fake wealth trap. We are living in a world designed to make you look successful while keeping you broke. Every advertisement and every social media feed is a quiet pressure to perform. But looking rich and being rich are two completely different things. One is a costume and the other is a fortress. If you are tired of running on the financial hamster wheel, this is for you. We are going to pull back the curtain on the illusions of status. We will deconstruct the habits that are quietly draining your future. Because the math of wealth does not care about your feelings. And it definitely does not care about your followers. Let us look at the first sign that someone is drowning in a sea of fake wealth. Sign number 1 is a car payment that is higher than their savings. A car is the easiest way to lie to the world about your income. You can lease a $60,000 vehicle for a few $100s a month. It makes you look like a winner at every red light. But the second you drive it off the lot, that asset is dying. It loses value every single day while the interest on the loan grows. Truly wealthy people follow the 10 to 15% rule. Your car should never cost more than 10% of your annual income. If you earn $80,000 a year, your car should be worth $8,000. Anything more than that is just funding an image. You are trading your financial freedom for a piece of metal that depreciates. Sign number 2 is the obsession with visible logos. The fake rich need you to know exactly how much they spend. They wear the Gucci belt and the Louis Vuitton bag like a shield. They are essentially walking billboards for multi-billion-dollar corporations. They pay premium prices for the privilege of advertising for someone else. The truly wealthy buy quality over labels. They prefer a perfectly tailored suit with no brand name visible. They buy handmade leather goods that last for 20 years. They do not need a logo to prove their value to strangers. Their bank account is proof enough. If the validation of others is the main goal, the wealth is an illusion. Sign number 3 is talking about prices instead of value. The fake rich will tell you how much their watch cost. They will brag about the $300 dinner they had last night. But ask them about their index fund allocation, and they go silent. Ask them about their savings rate or their net worth, and they change the subject. Real wealth is built on boring things like compound interest. It is built on real estate appreciation and dividend yields. Wealthy people talk about assets that make money while they sleep. They do not focus on what they spent. They focus on what they kept. If someone only talks about their spending, they are focused on the wrong metric. Sign number 4 is constant lifestyle inflation. This is the trap of the high-income poor person. Every time they get a raise at work, they immediately upgrade their life. A $5,000 bonus becomes a down payment on a new jet ski. A 10% salary increase leads to a bigger apartment in a trendier neighborhood. They are trapped in a cycle where their expenses always rise faster than their income. They are running faster and faster just to stay in the same place. Real wealth is created in the gap between what you earn and what you spend. If you close that gap by spending more, you will never be free. You are just a higher paid slave to your own desires. Sign number 5 is a complete lack of an emergency fund. Ask a fake rich person what happens if they lose their job tomorrow. The answer is usually pure panic. They have a closet full of $1,000 jackets, but $0 in liquid cash. They are one missed paycheck away from a total financial collapse. They live on the edge of a cliff because they prioritize toys over security. The truly wealthy prioritize liquidity first. They maintain 6 to 12 months of expenses in a high-yield savings account. They could lose their job today and be fine for a year. That is what real power looks like. Security is the ultimate luxury that fake wealth can never provide. Sign number 6 is the credit card shuffle. They have multiple cards and they are all near their limits. They pay off one card with another just to keep the lights on. They view credit as an extension of their income instead of a high-interest debt. They are paying 20% interest for things they consumed months ago. The banks are getting rich off their need to look successful. Every interest payment is a theft from their future self. Wealthy people use credit cards for the points and the protection, but they pay the balance in full every single month. If you are carrying a balance, you are not rich. You are a profit center for a financial institution. Sign number 7 is a feed that looks expensive, but a life that feels empty. Social media has created a generation of people renting private jets for photos. They spend hours editing pictures of a vacation they cannot afford. The post is the point, not the experience. They are starving for external validation because they lack internal security. Real wealth is quiet, and it does not need a camera to exist. If you stop posting, does your lifestyle still feel good? If the answer is no, you are living for the crowd. And the crowd is a very expensive master to serve. Sign number 8 is leasing everything instead of owning anything. They lease the car and they rent the apartment and they subscribe to the clothes. They do not own a single asset that grows in value. They are in a permanent payment cycle. They are paying for the use of things, but building no equity. It is the appearance of wealth without the foundation. Ownership is the only way to build lasting generational wealth. Leasing is just a way to pay for someone else's investment. Do not be the person who pays for the penthouse but never owns the brick. Sign number 9 is the inability to explain how they make money. Fake rich people love vague titles like entrepreneur or consultant. They talk about big deals and massive opportunities that are always coming soon. But there is no clear business model and no consistent revenue. They are trading on perception instead of production. Real business owners can explain their income in 2 simple sentences. They have customers and they have products and they have profits. If the source of the money is a mystery, the money is usually temporary. Do not be blinded by the flash if there is no fire. Sign number 10 is the constant underlying financial anxiety. The fake rich are always stressed even when they are on vacation. They are worried about the next bill and the next payment. They are terrified that the world will find out they are broke. They are performing a role every single day of their lives. That stress eats away at your health and your relationships. Real wealth is the ability to sleep well at night. It is the knowledge that you are safe regardless of what happens in the market. Peace of mind is the greatest dividend an investment can pay. If your money makes you miserable, you are doing it wrong. So how do we escape this trap? How do we move from the image of success to the reality of freedom? It starts with a shift in your identity. You have to stop trying to look successful and start being successful. Every dollar you spend on status is a dollar that cannot compound. Think about the math of a simple index fund. If you take $1,000 a month and invest it in the S&P 500, at a 7% annual return, that money becomes $1.2 million. Over 30 years, that is the cost of looking rich today. You are literally trading $1 million for a nice car and some labels. Is the validation of strangers really worth $1 million to you? Most people say no, but their bank statements say yes. You need to audit your life and find the leaks. Look at your recurring subscriptions and cancel the ones you do not use. Negotiate your bills and stop overpaying for insurance. Stop buying food in bulk if you are just going to throw it away. Every small saving is a brick in your financial fortress. The journey to real wealth is not flashy. It is consistent and it is boring and it is disciplined. It is driving the older car while your friends lease the new one. It is saying no to the expensive dinner so you can max out your Roth IRA. It is focusing on your net worth instead of your net image. The people who look the most successful are often the most desperate. The people who drive the modest Toyota are often the ones with the 7-figure accounts. Wealth whispers while poverty screams. You have to decide which one you want to be. Do you want the applause of the crowd or the freedom of the bank account? You cannot have both in the beginning. Choose freedom every single time. Start today by looking at your last 3 months of spending. Highlight everything you bought just to impress someone else. Add up that number and multiply it by 12. That is your annual fake wealth tax. Imagine if you invested that money instead. Imagine the peace you would feel knowing you are truly secure. The illusion of wealth is a heavy burden to carry. The reality of wealth is light and it is liberating. Stop funding other people's perceptions. Start funding your own future. The world does not need another person with a luxury car and zero savings. The world needs more people who are financially independent and free. Be the person who is quiet about their money but loud about their results. Your future self will thank you for the sacrifices you make today. Real wealth is not about what you can buy. It is about what you do not have to do. It is the power to say no to a job you hate. It is the ability to spend time with the people you love. That is the ultimate goal. Do not let the fake wealth trap steal your life. Take control of your money and take control of your destiny. The math is simple and the choice is yours. Choose freedom, choose security, choose truth, and most importantly, choose to be real. The trap is only dangerous if you do not know it is there. Now that you know, you can walk away. Build your fortress and let the world keep its costumes. Success is a marathon, not a photo op. Keep going and keep growing. The best is yet to come.